Hi, hope you're having a great day. You're watching JUG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm going to be ranking the Book of Boba Fett episodes now that it's finally finished. The finale just came out, so it's time to rank the episodes. I think there's definitely some very close calls, there's some very obvious calls, so let's rank them. I think it's going to be super fun to just rank them, talk about the good, the bad, the mixed, and I think it's going to be really fun to just talk about the show. Just spoiler warning, if you have not seen the final episode, this will contain spoilers for all the episodes in general, so spoiler warning for the episodes if you haven't seen all the episodes yet. But besides that, then enjoy the video. I think you're gonna enjoy it for sure. But before that, just make sure to leave a like. It would be very, very helpful. And especially if you find it enjoyable, then please leave a like. As well as subscribe for other content. This is not the only Book of Boba Fett video that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a lot more since the finale, since it's just wrapped up. So I'm gonna do a lot more videos. So subscribe for all that full-on Book of Boba Fett coverage or content. And let's make sure to comment below with your own ranking. I'm definitely curious to hear how people will rank these episodes. I think there's definitely very mixed opinions. So I want to hear your own ranking down in the comments. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, at number 7, I'm gonna put episode 4. And episode 4 was really my least favorite one for multiple reasons. For honestly, multiple reasons. There was some good stuff here. For example, we got to see Boba Fett kill the biker gang that killed the Tusken Raiders, that supposedly killed the Tusken Raiders because he thought that they killed the Tusken Raiders. And that was a super cool moment whenever he's in Slave 1 and he was just like shooting all the biker gang. That was really cool. I really liked that moment. I was like, that's awesome. That was an amazing character moment. And also we got to see a little bit more of the background, how Fennec got saved and everything. But I didn't find that super interesting, to be honest. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't really feel how their friendship got super close, to be honest. I was like, okay, that's cool, it's fine, I guess. Also, the way he got back Slave 1 was kind of weird. I don't know. I don't think his raid of the palace was good, to be honest. I thought it was okay, especially whenever he's chasing that little robot in the kitchen. That was really, really bad. I thought that made Boba Fett look super weak, super dumb, and I really did not like that. So that was like, why are you doing that? And also he has a meeting with like all the allies so that they won't ally with the Pike Syndicate. And I thought that was also like it definitely seemed like a lot mobster wise, but the way that they did it was kind of boring ish. I did like whenever the Rancor came from the floor and then they scared everybody. I thought that was pretty cool, but I really didn't feel like it was obvious that they weren't going to do that, so I just really didn't like the episode that much. The cliffhanger was good, obviously, whenever he's like, we need some help, we need some muscle, and then they had like the Mandalorian theme play. That was super awesome. But in general, the episode felt really lackluster. It was really boring, super uninteresting. I didn't care to see how Fennec and Boba Fett met, and I didn't like the way that they got Slave 1 again. The only thing that I really did like from this episode was killing the biker gang, but that was pretty much it. So not really an episode that I enjoyed. Alright, moving on to number 6, and that is going to be episode 3. And this one was really close to being last because it has some terrible things, but also has some good things. So let's start with my reasons. And first of all, we get to meet the Power Rangers of Star Wars, I guess, whatever I call them. I don't really remember what they're called. Mosespo? I don't know, something like that. But the cyborgs, I guess, that's what I could call them. We meet them, and obviously they suck. They're terrible. They don't have any characterization. They're really bad. I don't like them at all. I'm not in the minority. I know most people don't like them. So yeah, I was like, I'm out. I didn't like them. So we had to meet them. Especially that car chase, or it's not really a car chase, but the chase scene in the very end of the episode, really, really bad. Like it was like 20 miles per hour, I guess. I don't know what was going on there, but it was terrible. It was really terribly directed, and yeah, I did not like it. So honestly, that really brings the episode down for me, like really, really bad, because it was such a huge part of the episode. Like it was like a good 5 to 10 minutes of the episode, that chase scene, and it was really, really bad. So I didn't like that. However, I did like the flashback to the Tusken Raiders that dying, like whenever Boba Fett goes back and he sees that the Tusken Raiders are dead. That was a very touching scene, and I was like, no, I can't believe they just did that. So that was really, really good. I was like, that's cool. And also fighting the evil Wookiee, I forgot what his name was, something with a C. I don't want to say it because I'm gonna mess it up. But I thought that that fight was kind of cool. I was like, oh, we're fighting a Wookiee now. That's pretty cool. So I like that. And then at the end, we got like the Rancor gift. I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, it had some cool moments in the episode, but not something that I personally really enjoy or that I thought was, oh, this is awesome. Oh no, it was still like really bad, especially because of the car chase scene. That really messed me up a lot. Alright, moving on to the 5th spot, and this is where we start to get to the episodes that I actually did enjoy a lot. I thought the bottom 2 were really bad. This is where I start to get to episodes that I did enjoy. So for for the 5th spot, that is going to be episode 1. And episode 1 was a nice start to the show. I think it definitely wasn't what I expected, but I think it overall was a nice start. I think it was kind of cool. The regular storyline, like the main storyline and the main timeline, like in the regular timeline, and the present time was really really boring. I was like, I mean, I guess it was cool to see Boba Fett get gifts. I guess. I mean, it was okay. I guess it really wasn't interesting to me. I was like, okay, whatever, it's fine. And then especially the assassination attempt at the end, that was really terrible. Like the action was terrible in that scene, and Boba Fett looked so weak. Like he has a jetpack, he could just jetpack his way out. I don't know why he didn't do that. So I didn't like that action scene whenever they're trying to assassinate him. That was really really bad. However, it did have some really good things about it, and it all comes from the flashbacks. I think the flashbacks were amazing, like really really graphic. All the flashbacks were amazing. The way he gets imprisoned by the Tusken Raiders, the way he gets out of the Sarlacc pit, the way that he gets that he fights that Tusken Raider, the war Tusken Raider, the way that he's like digging the little thing for water, and the monster comes out and he has to like kill it. Like I thought the whole thing was really, really awesome, and I really did like the flashbacks. I think that they really did a lot to humanize Tusken Raiders, to show their dark side, but also kind of their good side, to show basically their living style. I did really enjoy that. Like it's one of the coolest things from Star Wars, just seeing how other creatures would survive and everything. I think it's very imaginative and everything. And I really think that Boba Fett had some really cool moments in those flashbacks, like whenever he killed the thing. That was pretty cool. So I did really like the first episode. I thought it was really good and left a good impression on me. It was really slow, and also it didn't have like a hook that I was like, yeah, I want to see the next episode already. I was like, oh, that was a good start. That was a good start. So I wasn't like super impressed or anything, but I did enjoy the episode. I think it was a pretty enjoyable episode, and I did like it. So it was a great start for the season. All right, moving on to my number 4 spot, and that is going to be episode 2. And episode 2 and episode and the next one are actually really close, like really really close. In fact, maybe I could consider switching them. So take this with a grain of salt. Number 4 and number 3 are really interchangeable because I do have a lot of problems with the one I have next. But I'll explain a little bit later. But for right now, I'm gonna put episode 2 at number 4 spot. And this episode was really really good. I really did enjoy this episode. And it's all thanks again to the flashbacks, and the flashbacks were even better than the episode 1. Like they were really really good. Seeing Boba Fett bond with the Tusken Raiders was super awesome. Seeing Boba Fett beat up the biker gang whenever he went to that bar and started beating up the biker gang, that was incredible. That was really really awesome. Like that action scene, great action scene. Like that was really really cool. So that was good. Seeing that showing like the Tusken Raiders how to ride the speeder bikes was really funny. Like it gave us that really funny gift. That was super fun. And then also whenever he's like building a special bond with all these Tusken Raiders, especially with like the leader, whenever he gives him like the little thing that goes inside his nose and then he comes back and everything and he builds the stick. That was really cool. That I really did enjoy that. And also the raid of the train. It was just awesome. Like that raid for the train was a super cool action scene. Like I really did enjoy that. It was an awesome action scene, to be honest. Like great job on that action scene. I really did love that. Like it did so much. Like I really did thought that was an amazing action scene. It felt very Western. It was a cool raid. You fought the stakes. You were like, no, Tusken Raiders are dying. It was just a really cool action scene. Once again, though, the present storyline was boring. I was like, okay, whatever. So that's the problem. The present storyline was really dragging for me, so I didn't really care that much about it, which is why it's a little bit lower. But I did think the flashbacks were good. It was a little bit slow though. The episode was definitely a lot slow, but it was still a good episode. And then the ending ceremony, especially solidified as something that was really good. Whenever they're just like dancing around the fire, having a good time, I was very happy to see that. Like I was like, oh, he fit in his new family, which I thought was really cool. So I did enjoy it. So that's why episode 2 is on my number 4 spot. All right, moving on to my 3rd spot, that is going to be episode 7, or the finale, if you want to call it that finale. And the finale was good. It has so many good things and has so many bad things at the same time. So that's why I said this one could be interchangeable with episode 2, which is something that I didn't have that much problems with. But I didn't think that they had that much good things on it as much as this. And also I didn't think it was as enjoyable to watch as this one. So it's like a mixed bag here. But episode 2 was, episode 7 slash the finale was really awesome. It had some really good character things. For example, Mando and Boba Fett teaming up was amazing. Like especially that action scene was really cool. Whenever they like in their jetpacks and they're fighting and each one is throwing everything that they got, that was super awesome. Anything that it was dumb that they stopped flying, like they landed after they had the jetpacks on, I was like, you could just fly around and start trying to kill them. I thought that was better than like standing in the middle of fire. So I don't know why they did that. I think they're kind of dumb, to be honest, but it's okay. And I did feel in moments where I was like, oh my god, I don't know how they're going to win this. Like they're really truly trapped. So there was that. Boba riding the Rancor was super awesome. Like I was like, that's cool. It did feel a little cartoonish though whenever he was just like hitting the thing. I felt like it was like a kid playing with toys. I kind of wish it was a little bit cooler. Like I kind of wish like he could tell that he trained more with it or something, because it kind of felt cartoonish. I still enjoy that. I still thought it was cool, but it did feel cartoonish. I was like, okay. Cad Bane versus Boba was a mixed bag for me. Like I did think that it was done well. Like I did think that their lines were cool. The way that they were talking to each other, you can tell there was a history there, and then the way that he kills Cad Bane with the stick, I think it was cool. But I did think that they kind of wasted the storyline. Like I didn't feel like they explored it at all. I thought it was just like one scene out of the whole season, just one scene. It felt like a complete waste. They didn't even give us a flashback or something. So it was like, then why even do it? Like, if you're not gonna actually explore it, then why even do it? Like, most people won't even know what the story is because most people haven't even seen Clone Wars. So, like, what are they gonna do? You know? So I didn't really enjoy that. I was like, okay, it's fine, I guess. I thought it was fine. Like, I personally thought it was like cool the way they did it, but also at the same time, I couldn't. I stopped feeling that. I just felt like they just wasted the storyline. So there was that. Cad Bane was still super awesome. Like, I still think Cad Bane was cool. I just don't think that Boba and Cad's storyline was well explored it. Like I really didn't. I really didn't. Fennec killing everyone at the end was amazing though. Whenever she killed like everybody that betrayed Boba, that was super super awesome. Especially the way that she killed the mayor by hanging him up. That was awesome. I was like that. Especially the way that they was shot. Like you see the legs on the top as the guys like looking around the room. That was super awesome. I was like, that's a really cool shot. Really cool directing. So that was awesome. Some cinematography there was really really awesome. And Baby Yoda coming back was super cool, and the reunion was also really nice. I was like, oh, the reunion, they gave each other a hug. I couldn't feel like it was kind of disappointing though, the way that they reunited though, because it was like in the middle of the action. I was like, that's not a good time to reunite. I wanted like to have a really good emotional moment, and instead, I felt like they sacrificed that for like action. Like it was an okay action scene, I guess. So I was like, oh, okay, fine. But I did feel like the episode kept moving, and I did feel like the pace was good. To be honest, I was like, okay, the pace is really, really good. I like that. I still feel like the episode had terrible logic, like terrible logic. That they had the worst plans that I could have ever thought of. To be honest, like really, really bad plans. And sometimes it felt very cartoonish, especially with those the Power Rangers of Star Wars. I guess that's what I'm gonna call them. They really don't fit in this show. I think they suck. They weren't explored at all. I couldn't. They kind of ruined a lot of the things, and also they were very much focused in this episode. So I was like, I didn't like it. The evil Wookiee, I keep forgetting his name. And I kind of think I know it, but I don't want to mess it up by saying it. So I'm just gonna say the evil Wookiee. He was cool. He was really cool. I really did think he was awesome. Like he's awesome. I'm glad that he didn't die. I'm glad that they can use him for more later. So yeah, I thought the episode had a lot of cool things, but also had a lot of bad things. So that's why it's mixed. I did feel like it wasn't satisfying though. Like at the end, whenever Boba's like, clearly we're not cut out for this, then I'm just like, dang, what was this whole season even about? So I did feel like it was kind of unsatisfying. But there was, like I said, some really cool moments that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it here because there were some really cool moments, and I'm specifically talking about Boba and Mando teaming up because that moment was amazing. All right, moving on to the second spot, and that is going to be episode 5. And episode 5 was amazing, and I mean amazing. And that is the Mandalorian episode, the one that's fully focused on the Mandalorian. And that episode was amazing. From the opening scene, whenever Mando goes and he bounty hunts with a dark saber, that looks awesome. Especially whenever he's just walking in and you see the silhouette of the thing. And then he comes in, he's walking through the room, and then he's like, I can bring you in cold or I can bring you in warm. That was super awesome. Or I think it goes opposite way. I think it goes, I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold. That's how it goes. And then he takes out the lightsaber, he starts beating everybody up, and he cuts himself. And then like he stabs the guy, he puts him on the table, and then he cuts him in half. Awesome stuff. Like that was awesome stuff. That's the Mandalorian I want to see. You know what I mean? That was super awesome. So there's that. So then whenever he reunites with the other Mandalorians, that was also really cool. Also just the way whenever we go to the other planet, and it's like the Halo planet, as you can call it, the one that's like kind of like a circle-ish, that like just the edge of the circle, not like an actual circle, but like the edge. I think it's like, it looks like Halo-ish. That looks really cool. I think that's a really cool planet, by the way. But anyways, reuniting with the Mandalorians was super awesome. Like seeing the armor again was super awesome. The way that they're training for the dark saber, and we learn that it's heavy and everything. That's super cool. And then getting like more history, more Mandalorian lore. I mean, if you've seen Clone Wars, you know what it is, or Rebels, you know this lore. But for most viewers, they won't know it. So I thought it was cool that we got some lore and everything. And seeing the flashback to the fall of Mandalore was super awesome. I think it was like the night, something, I forgot the title, but it was super awesome. Whenever you see like the whole Mandalore getting blown to pieces, it was really awesome. Like I thought that those scenes looked really cool. I was like, wow, that's awesome. So then the challenge for the dartsaber and Mando winning, but him having to leave because he took off his helmet. So then just building the ship was super fun. I was like, oh, this is a really cool and fun montage. And then whenever he goes and actually flies it, it was incredible. I mean, it was some of the best Star Wars things ever because we have really good CGI right now, and it was just incredible for me. Like personally, it showed me why I love Star Wars, and it was just like things like that. Like you get to feel the power of like flying and like going into space and everything, and I thought that was like super cool. So honestly, I thought this episode was amazing. Directing wise, it was amazing. Seeing Mandalorian just come back after not being able to see him for like a whole year was super awesome. I absolutely love the Mandalorian, and even though I know it was basically Mandalorian season 3 instead of actually Book of Boba Fett, I don't care. It was an amazing episode, and that's why it's on my number 2 spot. All right, moving on to my first spot. Number 1, congratulations to this episode, and I think we all expect this episode. I think most of us would have this episode at number 1 spot, and that's going to be episode 6. And episode 6 was just amazing. I mean, it's some of the best Star Wars content I've ever seen. It was amazing. We have Luke, we have Grogu, we have Mando, we have Ahsoka, we have Cad Bane, we have the Marshal, Cobb Vanth. I mean, come on, what else could you want? Like, it was amazing. From the start, whenever you see Cobb Vanth coming back and like stopping the spice things, that was super awesome. Like when he shoots everybody, kind of giving you like really cool Western vibes, was amazing. So then Mando going to the planet, and then you see Grogu and Luke training. That was super awesome. Like super awesome. Like, oh my god, Luke, first of all, CGI looks awesome, and the way that he was training Grogu and everything, it's just like, oh, we're seeing prime Luke. I just think it's awesome whenever we can see prime Luke. So I absolutely love that. The way he picks up the frogs and everything. Awesome. And it was so cute to see Grogu again. Like, it was, I couldn't believe that we saw Grogu again. It was so cute. So I absolutely love that. And then we see Ahsoka come back, and that was super cool. Ahsoka talked to Mando, and then that whole scene whenever he's just like trying to convince Mando to not go up there to see Grogu because he might get attached, and then he's gonna make it harder for him to train. I thought that whole scene really worked. Like, I thought it felt very emotional and everything, and you felt the pain of the Mandalorian, and it was super awesome. I was like, that's an amazing scene. So when he leaves, so when you keep seeing Luke train Grogu, like he has him in this little backpack, like he had actual Yoda and everything. Like, that was super cool. Just hearing his lessons was super cool. Whenever he's training him, he puts like the little ball, and Grogu's dodging it and everything. That was awesome. I just thought like the whole thing was super awesome. Ahsoka and Luke talking, that's just amazing. Like, I know it's fan service, but it was just amazing. So there was a whole thing with that. And then Cobb Vanth versus Cad Bane. Come on. That was an amazing scene. Like, amazing scene. The way that Cobb and Cad Bane shoot each other, like, that was awesome. And just the introduction, the way that they introduced Cad Bane was incredible. But he was super cool, like super cool. And I absolutely loved it. So yeah, it was amazing. Dave Filoni completely rocked it with directing this episode. Like, it was amazing. And honestly, some of the best Star Wars content I've ever seen. It was that good. I really put it right up there with some of the best Star Wars content that I've ever seen. So yeah, that was my ranking of the Book of Boba Fett episodes rank. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please leave a like. It definitely helps out. As well as tell me your own list down in the comments. I'm definitely curious. Tell me if you agree with any of my choices, if you disagree with any of my choices, and why. As well as just tell me your own ranking. I'm definitely very curious to hear it. So tell me your ranking down below. At least tell me your top 3. I think I'm really curious to hear different people's opinions. So tell me that down in the comments. As well as lastly, subscribe for a lot of more Book of Boba Fett content coming up very soon, and just a lot of content in general, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and just animation, anything in general that's in the entertainment industry, then you can definitely expect it in my channel. So yeah, subscribe for all that content. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is J Entertainment out.